Hi everybody, it's Sam here with your daily dose of random facts. Well, they're not that random. I think you kind of know what to expect. A bit of language, maybe some food or animal facts. I'll try to keep it Asian centric. Yes, so today we will be doing something a little bit different. Well, a little bit extra, I should say. So I figured we'd keep it, bring it back, dial it back to the locals. So instead of learning Korean all the time, which is a little bit far out there, maybe we could cover some Hokkien. Now I know I'm probably not the most qualified to teach you Hokkien, um, but I figured I could pick up some additional new vocabulary while I'm at it as well. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of Hokkien, especially for those of you who may not be so familiar with that dialect. Now, as our listeners like Andrew have mentioned in the past, Hokkien used to be, and still is, but it used to be a very popular dialect in China, and as such, it has influenced many other languages, Korean, for example. I'm sure a lot of them have very similar root words. So, yeah, and Hokkien is still spoken quite widely many places in the world today, like obviously Fujian in China, Taiwan, they speak Minnan and of course here northern Malaysia, a lot of Hokkien speakers, and of course Singapore. Of course, Singaporeans speak their own Singaporean Hokkien. Yeah, fair enough. Singaporeans got to put their stamp on it, make it theirs, show that they are better than everyone else. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know you Singaporeans have your own everything. It's okay. You guys can keep it. Okay, but that doesn't mean we can't understand you. Okay, so you pick up some Hokkien, you can kind of transfer some of the knowledge back and forth. It might help you learn some other languages. Okay, all right. So before I get into it, I have a question for you. How are you today? You having a good Monday? Good start to the week? Maybe you had to head back into work. Yeah, for those of you who are still going about your daily 9 to 5, 9 to 6, Monday, Friday, how is it going? How does it feel knowing that the majority of your brethren are working from home? I'm going to put it in inverted commas there, Yeah, I don't know. What does it feel like? Definitely quieter than usual, I imagine. See a lot less people. Okay, so yes, no, that's not my main question. I have another question. Why is the word dark spelled with a K and not a C? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about why we spell things the way we do? I mean, English is a very strange language, mostly because it's an amalgamation, a merging of multiple languages. But yeah, have you ever wondered why is dark spelled with a K, not with a C? I'll tell you. It's because you can't see in the dark. Duh. Yeah. Although, the word black has both C and K in it. Don't you think that's a bit superfluous? Right? See, why would you just spell black with a C or a K? Right? You could save one letter across generations. Right? I imagine the Americans probably would have done something about it. The Americans are like, whoa, why are the British spelling their silly words with all these additional letters? Like, I don't say color, I say color. Let's take out that U. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Let's drop these useless letters. Yeah, why didn't they just drop the C in black? Spelled like flak. B-L-A-K. Black. See, when you think about spelling black without the letter C, it seems unnatural, but really it makes no difference to the pronunciation, right? Right? Anyway, Yeah, you Americans, you guys should get on it. You should start cutting out more letters, useless letters in the English language. Show your British palm brethren how much better you are, right? Actually, yeah, that Singaporeans can probably do that. Go on, Singaporeans, start cutting away all the useless chaff. Yeah, streamline it, efficient Chinese efficiency. You know, like what they did with the writing. You know, they dumbed it down. You know, simplified everything. Which actually, I mean, good on them. Definitely made it much more efficient. Maybe a little less, you know, fancy, aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, definitely a hell of a lot easier to read and write. Well, I mean, you know, if you're used to reading in the traditional Chinese, it's not so bad. But writing, definitely. Like, just look up what dragon used to be. The old writing and the new one, dragon. Okay, one of the first few Chinese words I learned from official lessons in school, of course. Right. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to our lesson. Okay, so the way I figured we do it is we could do the Korean first, and then switch to the Hokkien version of the phrase. You know, two birds, one stone kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. So this one is a revision. You guys have done this before, if you remember. Alright, but let's go through it anyway. So what is this one? This is I'm not gonna do it. You guys know. You guys know how to read all this stuff already, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna read out. 시간 있어요. 시간 있어요. It's a question. And you remember what it means? 시간, time. You have a moment. Are you free? 시간 있어요. Okay, now let's hop to the Hokkien version. 루 앵보. Okay, there's variations of that. You can go 루 앵어. 루 앵어. Yeah, Hokkien tends to be a bit of a biting language, but it's very sharp. It's a good language to shout. Oi, hobo. It's, you know, very terse, single syllable, a bit like Chinese, you know. But you know, with Chinese, especially the 北方腔, you can kind of turn it into a sing-song sort of style, you know, like that video about the guy speaking fake Chinese, you know, 你们是, you just got to do the up and down inflections, you know, right? With Hokkien, there's not so much of the inflections. They're still there, you know, but the pronunciation is just different. Yeah. So okay, so there's inflections with this, but I won't go into that. We just break it down. Okay, so 路 is you. Okay, so in Taiwan they'll say something more like li, but 路 you 路 无eng 有空你有空吗? So that's in Chinese. 路无eng bo. So do you have free time? That's what it means. That's what it translates to. Okay, so you would say like 路无eng bo, or you can even lose the 路, right? Like in Korean, you know, you can add the address, the person you're addressing in the front, or you can just say the phrase, and it is assumed that whoever you're addressing is whoever you're asking, right? So if I go to you, 우 앵보, I'm asking you, obviously, do you have time? Are you free? 우 앵보. Okay, 시간 있어요. Right? Okay, right. Let's move along. Right. So yes, we have a new Chinese 成语 today. I don't know why I drew that separate puddle apart from the other more artsy looking puddles. Anyway, so let's get into it. So today's 成语, today's idiom is something that I guess is quite relevant to this segment because it's related to learning. Okay, first let's read it. Let's read through. Okay, so this is 不耻下问. Okay, so for those of you that are familiar with Chinese and you know familiar with the 成语, I'm sure you've come across this one. Okay, then you will know what it means. But for those of you that don't, I'll break it down for you. Okay, so 不 means no, none. You know, negative. 不耻 is to feel shame, shameful. See, no shameful money. 不耻. So no shame. 下问 is to inquire, to ask lots of questions. See, okay. So what this means is ask shamelessly. Okay, that's the literal translation. Don't be afraid to ask. There is no shame in asking. That's what it means. But of course, the underlying meaning is to never stop questioning, to never stop learning. Okay, so I guess that underpins a lot of the Chinese culture, right? Always be questioning things, always ask. I guess it's a very central to our human existence, right? We are very curious species, right? It's not just the Chinese, but yes. So this one is ingrained in our culture. Is to always learn, always improve, right? Like I think I heard put this way: you can look silly for a moment, or you can go your whole life being ignorant. Right? So it doesn't matter, even if it's a stupid question, at least you know not to ask the same damn stupid question next time. Right? Yeah, you look a little silly, but at least you learned something. Right? So yeah, this is what it means. 不耻下问. Always ask, always question. If you have doubt, if you are not sure, if you want to know the answer, ask. And you shall receive. Okay? 不耻下问. Alright, so on to the topic today. Stinky breath. Smelly breath. I'm sure we've all encountered it at some point, maybe with ourselves or with other people. Usually in other people, because as the saying goes, 毒蛇不会毒死自己. Usually if it's yourself, you are immune to it. That's what the saying means. A venomous snake does not poison itself. I think that's right? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if you've got a smelly breath, chances are you can't really, or you don't really detect it. It's not that obvious to you, because you're used to it. Maybe when you walk into a house, if the house is yours and it's a little stinky, maybe you're okay with it, because you've been staying there, maybe your whole life, right? But if someone else walks into your house, it will hit them like that. Smell. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So smelly breath. What do you do about it? What can you do about it? Right. So of course there are typical remedies. You can drink lots of water, brush your teeth. That's obvious. Chew some gum. Okay. But here is a slightly unorthodox one, but it works. And that is chew on these babies. Look familiar? I'm sure you've seen them. They're coffee beans. Yes, so a very effective way to remove bad breath is to just munch on some coffee beans. Okay? So yeah, surprisingly effective. So, if you don't want to, or you don't have access to coffee beans, you can always try other things. All these coffee beans, and then try the next sample. Okay, so why, right? So obviously coffee itself has a very strong odor. Okay, but that's not all. So yes, coffee grounds do remove odors. Okay, so they have been found to be very effective. So they did a study. There was a study done into how to remove toxic gases, in sewage. And they found that coffee grounds were surprisingly effective. So coffee beans, coffee grounds, you can use either, but grounds are even more effective because there's more surface area. Okay, it's a chemistry thing. If you blend it down, then it has more surface area to interact with the environment, right? Whereas in the bean form, they're little capsules. Okay, so coffee grounds and coffee beans, you can use either, but grounds obviously work a lot better. How do they work? Okay, so the theory is postulated that coffee beans contain a very high nitrogen content. So apart from caffeine, they also contain a lot of nitrogen. And nitrogen naturally reacts and helps to absorb, I think absorb is the word, sulfur. Okay, so if sulfur if you've ever smelt sulfur, have you been to a hot spring? Right? There is a certain smell. Yeah, you ever go to the hot spring, you see those like hot gases coming out the geysers, and there's that really stinky kind of smell, the rotten egg smell. That is sulfur. Okay, so rotten eggs produce a gas called hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so sulfide, sulfur, same chemical, bit of chemistry there. Okay, so beans are very good at getting rid of that. Okay, so apart from having a smell of their own, they also help to contain some of these gases. So yeah, like a friend taught me, thanks Jason, he recommended carrying coffee grounds, a container, in your car, right? Because sometimes if your car gets, you know, a little bit smelly, you have some food, or you exercise and you get all sweaty and you hop in your car, right? You can get a little bit of a stench. Okay, so coffee grounds, just open up, smell it. Man, that really makes me want to get some more coffee grounds. Okay, so I use coffee grounds, but not so much for getting rid of smells, because I don't smell. Ugh, obviously. Ugh. Okay, no. I use coffee grounds as a form of soil, topsoil. People say they use it as, I don't think it's that effective as fertilizer, because I think it ends up being a little bit acidic. Okay, but they say it's good for plants, certain plants. Okay, I think I've killed some with too much coffee ground. But yes, that's what I use it for. Okay, but yeah, the stench removal helps. It's a nice plus. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, it's got a nice smell. So there you go. If you want to chew on some of these, it works wonders. But if you can't get access to beans, then an alternative is these mint leaves. So minty freshness. I'm sure you can kind of guess that. And you get a bit of extra fiber. Yeah, bonus. Oh yeah, I imagine if you don't want to swallow, you can always just spit it out. So mint leaves, parsley leaves, these work quite well, eliminating bad breath. And if chewing on things isn't really your thing, that's okay. There, you can just drink coffee. So scientists, I think there was a study done in Israel. They found that yes, black coffee is the most effective at getting rid of bad breath. Although I don't know, I kind of find that the people I hang out with, some of them, if they drink a lot of coffee, it actually, I don't know, if it feels like their breath gets worse. But I think I attribute that to the fact that coffee dehydrates you. Okay, so if you just drink coffee and nothing else, you don't drink water, you don't rehydrate, and your mouth gets dry, then yeah, of course it's it gets kind of stinky, and it's a good place for bacteria to grow. So if you don't constantly flush it, things start growing there. I'm not saying black coffee doesn't work, because yeah, hell, they drink a lot of coffee. It's just, I don't know, I associate excessive coffee drinking with a smelly mouth, but that's probably not true. It's just that it stains your teeth, so it makes it seem like you have smelly mouth. Okay, right. Anyway, I think that is all from me today. I don't want to overload you. Okay, so keep up that learning. Learn something new every day. 不耻下问. Okay, don't stop. And I will catch you around. Daumebois. See you around. Matane. And I'll catch you another time. That's all from me. Toodles. Sam out.